Welcome back to the Uranium Fever channel. Today's video is a comprehensive guide for the new public event Spin the Wheel. Bottle and CAPPY present an exciting and chaotic new game show for players to participate in, with a spinning wheel selecting 5 random challenges from 3 different categories. The red, blue and yellow categories each have different possible outcomes, making this public event extremely random, with each experience likely to be different, making this, in my opinion, a strong candidate for the best public event in Fallout 76. Today we'll be breaking down everything you need to know about the event, including all the possible challenges, spawn locations, and all the rewards that are obtainable. Let's get started. A lot of the information in this video was found thanks to CAPPY, who compiles some excellent web article guides of Fallout 76, and the data miner Sugarbombs Rads, who routinely provides us with a first look at new items coming to the game. Please give them a follow, their links are in the video description. This video is timestamped if there's a particular section you want to navigate to, but first let's go through the event's location. Nuka-World On Tour is a permanent addition to the game, with a map marker added to the Ash Heap region. Located west of Lewisburg, fast travelling will spawn you here, roughly in the centre of the fairgrounds. Taking a look at the map, Spin the Wheel is a new public event that takes place at the Big Top Tent, at the top of the park. As this public event has been added to the event list, look out for a message letting you know it's time to head on over. But how do you start it? Well, to start the event you have 4 minutes to move and stand on the stage. Once you've done that, your hosts CAPPY and Bottle will explain the game rules to you. Once they've finished speaking, you have 30 seconds to push the button and discover which colour the wheel will select first. Depending on what is selected, a new timer will appear for that first challenge. Another really important feature throughout the entire event is protecting the 3 mascots that can be located here. The red mascot can be found near the circus cages, the yellow mascot is on the north side of the tent near these trailers, and finally the blue mascot is on the south side of the tent near the crate stalls. Once the wheel has been spun, one of 3 different categories will be selected. Red is defeating a wave of 3 different dangerous enemies, blue is a horde of various enemies, and yellow is a random challenge. I'll go through each of these in more detail in a minute, but to get the best rewards in this event, you'll need to successfully complete 5 challenges randomly selected from the 3 categories, and stop any of the 3 mascots from being destroyed in the event. So the aim should always be to complete 5 challenges and keep those 3 mascots intact, which can be tricky running the event solo as the mascots are quite far apart. But next let's go through some ways to prepare for Spin the Wheel. There isn't a whole lot you need for this, but a combat ready build will serve you well. The red category in particular can spawn some high level tough enemies. Berry mentats can also come in handy for seeing the enemies through the tent, allowing you to keep track of where they are located or which mascot they might be attacking. Glow sight perk card under perception could also be a touch, as some of the enemies will be glowing variants. AP regeneration, agility, and max AP buffs are also recommended. Now though, let's talk about each colour on Spin the Wheel. So as we already mentioned, once the wheel has been spun, it will land on red, blue or yellow. Red is called Boss Beatdown, blue is Crowd Control, and yellow is Time for a Twist. A total of 5 of these challenges will need to be completed in a single event. It's random though, so it could be 5 of a single colour, or most likely a mix of the 3. Starting off with red then, Boss Beatdown will require the player to defeat a wave of dangerous enemies, defending the mascots for 60 seconds. These include glowing deathclaws, fog crawlers, grafton monsters, sheep squatchers, and super mutant behemoths. 3 of any of these will spawn, and killing all 3 will complete this challenge. Watch out for these big enemies targeting the mascots though. Moving on to blue, you need to defend the mascot again for 60 seconds, but this time it's against a horde of different enemies. There's a lot of pairings for this, so let's run through them quick. It could be anglers and Mr. Gutsies, anglers and rad rats, floaters and bees, ghouls and floaters, ghouls and rad ants, ghouls and stingwings, Mirelurks and assaultrons, Mirelurks, Mr. Handy and Mr. Gutsies, rad toads and gulpers, rad toads and super mutants, robo-brains and blood bugs, snallygasters and eyebots, snallygasters and floaters, and finally super mutants and honeybeasts. So yeah, it could be any of these pairings, and this random factor is something I absolutely love about this event. And this is actually taken up a notch for the final colour, yellow, with Time for a Twist. These won't be as combative or difficult as the first 2 to complete, but they will require a different approach. There are 5 different possible yellow challenges, and these are all drastically different from one another. First up we have Explosive Friends. A herd of exploding frag stacks will spawn and run around the tent area. They won't harm you too much when they explode. They can damage those mascots a lot, so try to take them out before they hit them. Next up is CAPPY Hunt, which actually is possibly the trickiest challenge of all. In 30 seconds, find and interact with 6 gold painted CAPPY statues. These are quite small and will actually spawn in 6 fixed locations. Starting from the middle of the event area, follow this route to find them all. CAPPY 1 will be sitting here on the bench. Number 2 can be found atop this scaffolding, that's on the north side. CAPPY 3 is near the trailers located on this bench. Look for the 2 red circus trailers, as next to the cage on the truck is where you can find number 4. 5 is behind the Brahmin pen that can be located here. The final golden CAPPY is in the red Nuka-Cola crate stall, which is sandwiched between these quantum stalls located here. But yeah, this is an easy one to fail if you don't know where to look. Bottle Pinata will task the players with destroying a Vim machine in 30 seconds. An area map marker will redirect you to the location though. The Imposter Challenge has players looking for the Imposter CAPPY so he can be ejected from the circus seating. The Imposter will laugh, so look out for that, and it can be differentiated from the CAPPYs as he wears glasses and a moustache. So find Crappy and eject the buzzkill. Brahmin tipping sees you hunting down some Brahmin that spawn, and you will need to push them by just interacting with them. Tipping over all the Brahmin will reward you with a bonus 100 Nuka-Cade points. Finally, we have Chicken Chasing, which sees you chasing after some chickens that spawn in. Running around the tent, you need to interact with them to catch them like this. Once each round is completed, you will need to go back to the stage and press the button to spin the wheel again. Completing 5 and defending the mascot successfully will give you the best chance at the full complement of rewards that I will go through now. Unique rewards from the event will include some specific ones, and can also pull from the rewards list for all events. For Spin the Wheel, you can get 14 unique event rewards. Going through them, these include the plans for the Bottle Plushie, CAPPY Plushie, and Circus Bench. Some more circus theme rewards next with the Circus Cube, Circus Stilts, and Nuka Stool. The Seesaw, Spin the Wheel Snow Globe, Ornament, and Circus Stairs bring up the remaining plans. Onto the unique weapon now. Spin the Wheel can award you with the Whacker Smacker, which is a freestyle legendary Executioner's Super Sledge. Next, we have a selection of rewards that can be obtained from all the events rather than a specific one. There are 14 in total, including plans for 4 different Bottle and CAPPY statues, 2 backpack flares, a small bottle robot, and the CAPPY Clapper are also obtainable. I paint for the sledge next with the CAPPY Smasher, as well as the Nuka-Cade posters and the plan for the Nuka Bottle kiosk. These actually have 6 different variations. Also look out for these 2 with a set of 8 Nuka-Cola ad barriers, which are actually much smaller than I was expecting. There are 4 different stalls which come with a plan for Nuka-Cola stalls, with Nuka-Cola, Nuka-Cola Quantum, Nuka-Cherry, and Nuka-Grape variations. The same variations apply to the 4 Nuka-Cola balloons you can get from this plan. But with us reaching the end of the rewards, that is it for today. That brings us to the end of this event guide for Spin the Wheel. I hope you find this guide easy to follow and you're enjoying the new update. I'll be following this over the coming days with a final mission guide, a Nuka-World lore video, and my review of this new update. As always, we'll have camp builds, tutorials, lore and other videos going up to in the not too distant future, so subscribing and turning on the bell icon is the best way to stay up to date and ensure you don't miss a video. If you enjoyed this particular video, then why not drop a like on it as well. With that said, I am off. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one.